Today I'm here with my next video on the poem, The Ball poem by John Berryman. This is from the book First Flight of Class 10. Before starting the poem, let us see the summary of the poem so that we are able to understand better. The poet is talking about a little boy who has lost the ball he was playing with. The ball skipped from his hand and went into the nearby river. The poet says that this sight of the boy losing his favorite ball made him think about the boy and his reaction to this situation. He goes on to say that the boy was helplessly looking into the water where his ball had gone. He was sad and was trembling with fear. He got so immersed in his sorrow that he kept standing near the harbor for a very long time and kept on looking for his ball. The poet says that he could go and console him by telling him that he may get new balls, or he could also give him some money to buy another ball. But he stops himself from doing so because he thinks that the money may bring a new ball, but will not bring the memories and feelings attached to the ball. He then says that the time has come for the boy to learn his responsibilities. Here, the poet wants to say that now the boy will learn the toughest lesson of life, the lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life, that one day we will lose our loved ones and our loved things, but to never get demoralized and to stand up against these miseries. So actually the poet wants to emphasize on the fact that nothing is permanent. Everything is short-lived. So let's see the poem. Now, as you can see, on the left side is the poem and right side its explanation. So let's get started. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over, there it is in the water. Here the poet says that he was a witness to a scene where this small boy was playing with his ball, and suddenly the ball skipped from his hand and went down the street and fell into the water. So let us see line by line explanation. The poet is talking about a boy who has lost his ball and wants to know about him and his reaction because of the loss. The poet then asks himself that what this boy would now do after losing his ball. The poet had seen the ball going away from the boy. He says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the street. This means that when the ball skipped from the boy's hand, it went into the street and later on it fell into the nearby river. No use to say, "Oh, there are other balls." An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball, is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. So here in the second stanza, the poet says that there is no use of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball because he has other balls too. He says so because the boy is feeling very sad. He is grief-stricken. He is sad because all the memories of the childhood days went down the harbor with the ball. Here, the poet says that the boy is very sad as the ball, which has now gone into the water, reminds him of those sweet memories of the times when he owned it. The poet says that he can't even tell the boy to take some money from him in order to buy another ball. Here, if you see in the poem, the word dime refers to the currency or money that he could offer to buy another ball. He says so because the new ball will not bring the sense of belonging to the boy. Further, the poet says that the time has come for the boy to learn the responsibility of taking care of his things. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. The epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days, how to stand up. Here, the poet says that the boy has to learn that in this materialistic world, many of his belongings will be lost. He personifies the ball as his belongings, be it the worldly things or the relationships he is in possession of. So, he says that he has to learn to live without them no matter what, and that no one can buy back such things for him. The poet says so because according to him, money can't buy you everything. If it does buy you some materialistic things, still it will not be able to buy the sense of belongingness. He says that the boy is learning how to stand up against the sense of lost things. This means that the boy is trying to learn the real truth of life, which states that you have to accept the miseries of life and stand up again. This is the truth which everyone has to face and learn in his or her life. The harsh truth of standing up against the old miseries and harsh realities of life that everyone has to bear. In the poem, the word epistemology means the knowledge of loss, the knowledge a person should have when he loses something, and then how to stand up again and move on. Money is an external factor which can buy materialistic things, but it cannot buy relationships. It cannot bring the sense of belongingness. It is only after losing things one starts learning the miseries and harsh realities of life. And one should accept this reality, stand up against this, and move on in life with a positive attitude. So let us see the theme of the poem. This poem is about losing something which we love and then learning to grow up. It is about a little boy who in his young life for the first time is learning what it is like to experience grief after the loss of a much loved possession, which is here his ball. The ball poem has a symbolism as its outstanding figure of speech. The title itself is a symbolic title. The writer uses the ball as a symbol, where losing the ball symbolizes losing his childhood that he had once cherished for long, and then he lost it unexpectedly. Life is precious and should not be wasted. Life has to be lived, and life can be lived purposefully and fruitfully only when we stand up and come out of depression. We have to face the harsh realities of life. They teach us a very important lesson. Nothing is permanent in life. Everything is short-lived, be it the possession of things, possession of money, possession of age, possession of relationships. They are all short-lived. We all have to face these miseries and stand up and move on. Now let us see the poetic devices used in the poem. Number 1 is anaphora. Anaphora is use of repeated words in 2 or more lines. You know, the beginning words are repeated, and in the poem we can see what is the boy and what. First 2 lines of the poem where the word what is being repeated, this is anaphora. The second poetic device is imagery, when the poet says merrily bouncing down the street. So here we can all imagine the ball bouncing down the street. The third poetic device is repetition, where the word, we can see in the poem, the what word is being repeated and ball is being repeated twice consecutively, and this is to stress on a point. Next poetic device is alliteration. The use of the sound B at the start of the 2 consecutive words buys a ball back. So buys B and ball B and back B. This is all alliteration which was there in paragraph 3. Then stand and staring, S sound is being repeated in paragraph 2. His harbor, H sound is being repeated in paragraph 2. And then man, must and most and many in paragraph 3. The rhyme scheme of the poem is, there is no rhyme scheme. It's all irregular. So there is no pattern of rhyme scheme here. Please go through the explanation part. It's a very small and easy poem which has got a deep meaning. Go through it, and if you face any problem, please write it in the comment section, and do ask questions also. Please ask your queries here and also give good comments. Please encourage me by commenting after every video. Thank you so much. And yes, if you have still not subscribed my channel, please press the subscribe button and also the bell icon for the latest notifications. Do take good care of yourself. Goodbye.